Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's 3D Printing, your favorite 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Eastern Seaboard live stream, somewhat 3D printing related, with a guy in the upstairs and a guy in the basement. I am Glenn from Fun King 3D, and with me, of course, is James from Print and Play.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
So I'm playing with new intros. What do you think of that one?
I actually didn't see the intro.
No, I mean like the
Oh, I see. Very energetic. The live streams from that Sun of yours or whatever.
You know what my favorite thing about these streams are is that they are laid back enough that we can just like show everybody the back end. You know, like we don't hide anything. We're just like, hey, this is what we're doing. So hello, everybody, and welcome. I see there is quite a few of you in there. First and foremost, shout out to Lars Hansen for subscribing about an hour ago. I was sitting at my regular desk, and I heard the little computer do the chime and had to run over here and see who it was. So thank you, Lars, for the subscription. It is greatly appreciated. Alan Kluge subscribed 5 days ago as well. So shout out to Alan as well. I'm tired, man. It's been a rough week.
It hasn't been smooth.
Well, this is my definite busy time of the season or of the year. So I should probably pick different hobbies.
I have a video that I've been working on for some time. Well, I mean, it's not a secret to anybody here. The 2-player arcade cabinet that I designed for the Pi 26 Ways thing. So I was racing to get that done. It was supposed to be released on Friday. Meanwhile, I've been working with Elegoo to do a video which released on Saturday around their Arduino kit.
It released yesterday?
Yes.
I got notice of it this morning.
Oh, weird.
Thanks, YouTube.
So I was emailing back and forth with Elegoo because I released a video of the unboxing of it, showing off what was in it, and they stopped responding to my emails. So I was sending emails like, "Hey, just to give you guys a quick update, I've finished the code for the Snowmen project, and I'm filming it, so I'm expecting it to release in the next couple of days." And got nothing back. And their thing is, when they talked to me originally, they're like, before you release your project video, let us know. We want to give you a discount code so that anybody that buys the kit based on your video gets 20% off.
Right.
So they've stopped responding to my emails. I'm like, well, I don't know how to do this. So I put it on pause. I stopped the filming process. I'm like, I'll get things straightened out with them first. I'll get back to concentrating on that 2-player arcade cabinet video. And then I think Friday morning, I get an email from them. They're like, here's your discount code. It's active as of now and valid for like 7 days or whatever. They dropped that on me, and like I don't have the video ready to go. But then I look at the email, and there's 3 other emails from them in the history that I didn't receive.
Oh.
Yeah, so then I go into my spam filter, and there's the rest of the emails. But here's the thing. I was emailing back and forth with them. There were 6 emails back and forth at the beginning of this interaction. And then all of a sudden Google started filtering them into the spam filter. And then for whatever reason, that last one, it didn't filter it into the spam filter. And so I'm like, I went through the header information, everything. I'm like, it's coming from the same email address on their side. It's going to the same email address, obviously, on my side. So I have no idea where all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, these 3 in between, they're spam.
Yeah, there must have been some keyword or something in there that got flagged, and then it didn't want to release it after that.
Well, but then the final email they sent me had all of the like the hierarchical structure of all their emails. So
true. So everything was in there.
Yeah. So yeah. I have no. So I was like, well, I want to make sure that people can use that code for as long as possible. So I stayed up until like I think 12:30 or 1 editing the video on Friday night, and it released yesterday at I think at 3. And it's my worst received in terms of viewership. It's my worst received video in 2 years, something like that. I love the new analytics where it's like it tells you it's like you're performing below average. I'm like, thanks. What are you, my wife?
I get that every time. So, well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you got that.
I got it done.
Got it worked out. And
so everybody that's in chat, if you're interested in getting the, and also this is a non-sponsored video other than the fact that they sent me the hardware. So I'm not trying to like, and it's not an affiliate link for me. I don't make any money off of it, but I do like the value of this for the $40, and you can get it for 20% off now if you use the code that's in the, hold on a second. Yes. I'll be right back. Somebody just showed up at the house that I didn't think was going to be here till like 6. So back in a second. Unavoidable.
All right, so that leaves me. So I'll give you guys a rundown on what I'm doing. As most of you guys know, and for those who are new that don't know, I do a big Christmas light display every year. My lights are synced to music. That music plays through speakers throughout the yard, but it also broadcasts on the radio, 95.1 FM actually. And I only have one little sign out there to let people know that it broadcasts on the radio. So this year I decided to up my game, and I built a beautiful cabinet that's going to have a sign on each side, a little tighter than a 45-degree angle. I think it turned out to be 55 degrees, with a sign also on the front, and the two on the side will let everybody know to tune their radio in. And the one on the front is actually an information sign to let them know that all donations that we receive goes to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And then under that, it actually says, except cookies and baked goods, we eat those, and usually pretty quickly. So but we do occasionally get a monetary donation. People just want to donate, and they're like, here, put this towards your electric bill. And my electric bill is actually offset by not running the air conditioning through the winter time. So, and not allowing the children to run any lights in the house. So we don't really need the additional financial support. So we send it all over to St. Jude's. So I just wanted to get that posted somewhere publicly in the yard. So that's what I'm working on. And the fun part is that I haven't cut anything on my plotter in quite a while. And I panicked when I fired it up today and clicked the cut button, because that thing took off like lightning. And I'm so used to how slow 3D printers are. It almost gave me a little bit of a heart attack. So yeah. I also see that I just weeded out more than I was supposed to. It took my divider line too, but that's all right. I'll cut another one of those. So, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. I see Lars just asked me what sign I was working on. That's what sign I'm working on. So I spent all day yesterday in the garage. I built a 30-inch round podium for one of my big snowmen to stand on. And that was fun being round. And then I wrapped it with a material, with a masonite board. So that was a chore, but it got done. And then I went shopping for, well, I went and bought some Christmas presents, but then I went shopping for materials to build the box for this. So, and I probably said it before, and I'll say it again, wood prices are ridiculous right now. I just paid $35 for a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood, which is ridiculous. But the project's worth it. I spend a ton of money on Christmas lights, but that's worth it too, to have the people honk and wave and cheer and leave trash in the yard, you know, just the normal stuff. So, but I haven't, I didn't have any 3D printing related projects set up for today because of all of this. So this is what you get to watch me do, which is a lot like watching paint dry and grass grow. So, and it got cold here in Florida, like down to 30, and it's going to get into the 40s again tomorrow. And I know some of you out there are like, 30. But it was 90 the day before. So, in fact, I'm actually wearing pants, which is something that doesn't happen too often. Not that I don't wear pants. I usually wear shorts. But, so what's going on out there, everybody? Chat's a little slow today. Not much going on in there. I see Glenn Hogue has joined us. Hello, Glenn. Ollie's here. John Butler's here. Bob Carnes. Alan Osborne. Freddie, who I'll butcher your last name. I know I've tried it before, but yeah. Sergio is here. Yeah, you got to chime in and chat, or I don't know you're here. It would be fun if they would do that, if they would show you everybody that's watching, even if they didn't chat, so that we could call out the people who never chat with us. So, hello, Alan. I've not been very active on social media this week either, because again, busy. So I don't really know much of what's going on in the community. But I would assume that if there was any big drama, I would have heard about it. So, hello, Clint. You know, you guys scraggle in late, like you know we're going to be late every week. It's been snowing and still has shorts on. Yeah, well, my choice is I either wear sleeves or I wear shorts. And I mean, I could have worn my long sleeve Fun King shirt, but it's actually quite hot up here. Xander generates a lot of heat jumping around with that virtual reality thing on his head. He's over there like creating heat in the room. But no, it's good. It was fun. It was fun playing woodworker again. I haven't built anything out of wood in a while, which 3D printing has absolutely ruined me in multiple ways. I try to get like super tight tolerances on wood, and then I realize that that's really not necessary when you're building something out of wood. I mean, yes, there are certain things, but not what I'm building. It would be like trying to build a couch down to a 0.1 millimeter tolerance. But, and then the other way that it has ruined me is that I have to actually like measure and draw lines and then cut on the line. I can't just push a button and have it magically show up. So that's all the more reason that I really got to finish building my MPCNC machine, because I could have I CAD'd the program first, or the project first, just to see what it was going to look like. I could have then sent it right off to the CNC. I lost my eye in Christmas, or my dot over my eye in Christmas. Oh, Clint says it's late here, 22:15 and work day tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Clint. I got a work day tomorrow too, and I'm not looking forward to it. Speaking about other hobbies, don't start reloading. It takes a lot of time. Yeah, much quicker to unload them than it is to reload them. But no, I don't know if I need any more hobbies. I bought a new torch for my MIG welder that I bought, and I got my new welding helmet in so that I don't flash my eyeballs anymore. So I'm hoping to start some decent welding projects here coming up. But Alan, I did cut all this vinyl for myself. I used this knife right here, and I just kind of cut around the letters like I want. No, I have a Roland 24-inch plotter from back when I had my t-shirt company. So it allows me to do such fun things. Something went terribly wrong here. No. All right, I'm gonna have to cut that again. For some reason, it didn't complete the cut for the little St. Jude person. So that didn't work. I'll have to cut that again, but that's okay. Sometimes it's the way it goes. And now I'm completely out of sticker vinyl. I never stocked a lot of sticker vinyl because I hate doing signs. I always stocked a lot of t-shirt vinyl because that was my main business. But I do sticker vinyl for myself, and I don't have a lot of it left, and the stuff I have left is getting pretty old. So I'm sure Santa will not bring me a vinyl cutter. They're not horribly expensive. I say that. I bought this one 15, 14 years ago. It's been a while. But I remember, like, we had the idea to start the t-shirt company, and I bought everything I needed for about, I want to say about $1,400, plus the cost of the software. So they're not terribly expensive, and there are some cheaper ones out there. I mean, I bought one that I knew was going to hold up to the volume that I had to do, but it is definitely a nice thing to have. And then I have a heat press over there for pressing the shirts down. Man, I can't believe I lost the St. Jude's logo. I guess James just decided he was gonna like move away. He's never coming back. It's weird talking to myself. I haven't done a live stream alone in a while, so, and I realize I'm actually talking to you guys, but you guys can't talk back. So now it's just me talking to myself. 2 work weeks to Christmas vacation. All right, Lars, when are you taking your Christmas vacation? Because I'm taking the whole week from Christmas to New Year's off. And the way that it worked out, I really only had to use 4 vacation days to get that because of the time that we already get off and the way that Christmas fell this year. So I didn't take a vacation this year because of COVID. There was nowhere to go. And I usually use my vacation time for Murph and Earth. So by having that vacation, and we have to use it, it's a use it or lose it scenario. So I put in to have it for the week between Christmas and New Year's off. So we have our company Christmas party the weekend before Christmas, and then I'll have to work a couple days, and then I'm done for the rest of the year. Windsign 28-inch plus software, about $500 on eBay 6 years ago. Good rolling style cutter. Yeah, see, they're not, I mean, not that $500 is not a lot of money, but for what you get, it's not a lot of money. But it absolutely messed with me when that thing took off as fast as it did. I panicked. I thought there was something wrong, and then just realized that it's not a 3D printer. So those kind of speeds are acceptable. But this one, again, I mean, I've got a few years use behind it, and it still does a beautiful job. Unfortunately, the software that I have is old and won't run on anything newer than Windows 7. And I can't afford the upgrade, so I have to keep an old Windows 7 machine running, which is fun too. 1222 to 111. Oh, that's a nice stretch. Yeah, I'd like mine to be from January 1st, 2021 until I die, but I can't afford to retire, so got to keep on keeping on. My next door neighbor recently retired, and he's bored all the time. So I just wouldn't have that problem. I got too many hobbies. Let me tell you, this ain't one of them. I hate doing this. All right, so there we go. Let's see if I can stretch that out so you can see it. Except cookies and baked goods. We eat those.
Boo! Scared you, right?
Oh, he did return.
I know. Now you owe somebody $5 for the bet.
I told everybody that you moved away.
I did move away to Canada.
Oh, is that a Coke Zero that you're drinking?
It's the taste of summer.
Delicious. They need to start plunking some money our way, or at least send us some free product.
That's right.
So, being out in the garage over the last couple of days working on this stuff, and I don't have one up here. I should have brought one up. But there is a company out there that's called Fast Cap, like fast like speed and then cap, C-A-P, fastcap.com.
Fastcap.com.
And they make it's a tape measure belt clip. Okay, so obviously tape measures already have a belt clip, but when you slide that thing on and off your pants, or I always clip it onto the pocket of my jeans, it wears out the denim. It wears out your pants. And so this company it's plastic, and you clip it on there, and then the tape measure clips onto that. There's a spot to put a pencil, and it's got a pencil sharpener in it. Now it's a regular, like, roundy pencil sharpener, so it's useless in construction. But I bought one. This was years and years ago. In fact, I ordered 2 of them. They were cheap. They were just a couple of dollars a piece. But they have a flaw in them. And they break right where the belt clip is. They just break. So I wrote to the company and I said, "Hey, I bought these. I love it. It's a great idea. But they're weak and they break." I broke both of them. And I said, if you guys made one out of stainless steel, I would buy it regardless of price. And of course, that's just talking big. If they said it was like $5,000, I'd be like, go get bent. The company wrote me back and said that they're so cheap to manufacture that it would be ridiculous to make them out of stainless steel, and that they were going to send me a replacement in the mail. They sent me 100 of them.
What?
Because I broke 2.
They sent you 100 of them.
They sent me 100 of the belt clips. Like, it was a whole case of belt clips.
They're actually going out of business, and they're like, what do we do with all this excess merchandise that never sold?
No, this was back like 10 years ago. It was back when I was building the house, so it's been a while. And I've bought other products from them. They make stuff like they make stickers when you're putting cabinets together. They make the stickers that cover over the screw heads. They make the edge banding. So, like, if you buy melamine particle board, they sell the edge banding to put on there and stuff. So I've used quite a bit of their products, but it just that came to me because I was using one of the belt clips this weekend, and I guess I'll give them shout outs for a long time because they gave me 100 belt clips.
You have to give them at least 100 shout outs.
I've given away quite a few of the belt clips. It won't let me chat.
How many more of them have you broken?
A handful.
They last a while before they break?
Oh yeah. Well, and the main thing that I find is it's when I snag it on something.
Oh yeah, it'll just
like if I'm walking and I smack it on the bench or whatever, then it breaks. But yeah. So, but yeah, I broke that out. I broke one of those out this weekend, and I was using it, and I thought, I should tell everybody that story, because for a company, be like, I bought $4 worth of stuff,
and they're like, here's another $200 worth.
Yeah, we made so much profit off you buying 2 of those. Here's a whole case of them. I'm trying to see if they even still sell them. I mean, maybe if they don't sell them anymore, I should put them on eBay for like $500 each.
Limited edition. Company's out of not out of business, but out of production. Oh, so as I was talking about before the stream started, I now have an overhead camera, which you can see in my main camera view right now. See that?
Yep.
Now watch this.
Now it's gone.
So what I'll do, I'll actually switch to that cam view and you can see. It's so fancy. And then I'll tell you how I did it.
I don't think my overhead works. No, that's my overhead currently.
Well, that was a disappointment.
Yeah. They do still make them. They're called Speed Clip, and they're $1.80.
Okay, so let's switch to the overhead view so you can see what a mess my desk is. Is the camera disconnected? That's odd.
Hey, that looks just like my overhead. You're a copycat.
Why isn't that working? That one works.
Wait. Go to your overhead, and then I'll go to my overhead, and then that'll be confusing for anybody that comes in late.
That's a well, that's a heck of a thing. Okay, well, let me see what's going on.
All right, I'm gonna step off camera just for a minute. I gotta reload the green vinyl because my St. Jude's guy didn't get cut out properly. And to do this, I have to step right in front of Xander.
Good. I hope you mess up his gaming experience. Oh. There we go.
You get it working?
I did.
What was the problem?
I don't know. I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Oh my God, I would never do that. If I did that, I'd have to reboot 25 times.
Okay, so there's the lowest position, but then I can just do this and it'll actually lock at any height. There you go. There's my overhead with. This is my invincibility star, but you can still see it.
Nice.
So I ordered new lighting for the studio. I say studio so I can sound more professional. And it's basically these, I don't know how many LEDs, but they're about this big. They're USB powered, and there's like rows and columns of LEDs in them, and they're adjustable for the brightness and stuff. And they came with telescoping stands, and then they came with feet. But the feet and the telescoping stands are separate, so you can do feet directly attached to the light, or you can do feet telescoping stand and then the light on top of that.
Cool.
So it turns out they use the same thread for the telescoping pole as you use for cameras.
So a quarter 20.
Yeah, exactly. So I drilled a hole into the ceiling tile above, mounted the telescopic telescoping lens from one of them, and then attached my camera to it. And it's got 3 sections, and basically you twist it one way to unlock it, it drops down, and then you can twist it to lock it at any height. So now I have a manually adjustable height overhead camera.
That's pretty fancy.
To get a solution that works as well as this, I would have probably paid, like, I would have been willing to pay like $40 to $50, but the entire kit was $50, and it came with the 2 lights that I need to replace some of my existing lighting. So I feel like a winner. What did I miss in chat? Anything exciting happened while I was gone?
No. I realized what my screw up is. You cannot cut an 18-inch wide sign on 14-inch wide vinyl.
That's I did the math. That checks out.
Am I north or south of Atlanta? I am south of Atlanta. I am in Florida. I'm north of Orlando and south of Gainesville. Kind of like right in between those two.
So
I see what I did. I didn't tell the program that I switched to 14-inch vinyl.
Well, you probably should have done that.
Yeah.
So Builders Mark says he's looking forward to my Simon Says version and 3D printed design for it. So this is kind of where I'm at with things right now, because Elegoo provided the hardware to build this functioning prototype of a Simon game. I was actually going to show this off during last week's stream, and you know that David guy, he just took up all the time talking about
that guy.
That guy. So for those who didn't see the video, this is the prototype version.
I was going to make the title of the stream today the one where that Dave's not here.
I have no idea how loud that is over the...
Oh, not me, Glenn Hogue. Okay. I believe Glenn's in Alabama, isn't he? Man, today's stream's already just off the rails.
Well, I'm discussing technology related to stuff because I'm going to get into the 3D printing aspect of this in a second.
Okay.
So I want to turn this into a 3D printed project. But I'm torn right now because I could design it based on what's here. But the components that I've used, like the switches and the Arduino that I used are pretty well suited to breadboarding versus being turned into a final product. So the reason I'm torn is Elegoo sponsored the project and the fact that they provided the hardware for this. But I kind of want to, at this point, now that I have a functioning code set, switch from using that to one of the tiny Arduinos. You know what I mean? So like comparing the Uno to the cheap miniatures you can get from China, because I could build a smaller, more functional case using buttons that are not, because like those buttons are designed to be circuit board mounted, and I can get buttons that are not meant to be circuit board mounted and make it easier to build.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So that's kind of where I'm feeling on it, is that I'm going to continue to use the Uno R3 that they provided for doing prototyping, but probably won't use it in my final design. We'll see though. The Uno video, the Simon video, has not been particularly well received either. I never expect to break.
Your channel isn't typically electronic projects.
Sort of yes and no, right? Because like a lot of my stuff is arcade based, and a lot of that is like wiring Raspberry Pis and stuff up to. But I don't know. I think my channel lacks focus. I did actually put out. I'm going to toss it up in chat. I put out a poll on my channel to find out sort of why people subscribed in the first place, to try and get an idea of which way I should go with things.
That's not a question you want to ask.
No.
You're not going to like the answer.
One of the posts I put in was actually, the message that I put in was actually, I'm just here for free giveaways, because I think that is a potentially valid thing.
Well, and then there was all those people that I paid to get them to sign up on your channel for you. But we don't want that truth to come out.
I had a shout out from Joel, the 3D printing nerd, today on one of his videos.
Joel.
I got it.
Joel.
Yeah.
That name's familiar.
I got a notification. It's like, Joel Telling mentioned you in one of his videos. And I'm like, and that was from YouTube. I'm like, how does YouTube know that he mentioned me in one of his videos? And what had happened is he was wearing his print and play shirt in the video for the print mill. Oh yeah. So he tagged me in the bottom of it in the description, said the shirt was provided by James at Print and Play. Go subscribe to him.
Nice.
So, yep.
Wonder if that'll help. I mean, he doesn't have very many subscribers.
Yeah, what, a couple dozen?
So, well, and he doesn't ever do anything for me.
I mean,
that guy owes me so much. He'd be nothing without me.
You're a bum, Rocco, a bum.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, that's absolutely not true, and I owe everything to Joel.
He's some sort of 3D printing nerd.
It's a long-running joke where every time I need something and I contact Joel, I'm like, you owe me, so because he doesn't owe me anything. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I have a new guilty pleasure on YouTube. It's called Matt's Off-Road Recovery. That's his channel. You can look it up. And it's a dude. His name's Matt. And he owns Winder Towing out in Utah, in Hurricane, which really messes with me because to me that's hurricane. But
Rocks you like a hurricane?
It's a Hurricane, Utah. And it's just videos of him going and pulling people out of the sand and doing these recoveries. And I don't know why I find it so riveting, but it's me and 500,000 other people. And his channel is just rolling up on 2 years old, and he's got 500,000 plus subscribers.
This is why I'm considering quitting.
which is amazing. But I mean, first of all, it's unique. I don't think I've ever seen another channel like that. Second of all, it's his daily job.
So he just brings cameras with him and he's doing the work anyways.
Yeah, in the beginning, it was like him filming off of his phone and stuff, but now he's got like dedicated camera people that he brings with. His YouTube channel is its own company. And then the YouTube channel, which is Matt's Off-Road Recovery, rents space from Winder Towing. I mean, it's just genius, the whole thing. And he's not like a tech guy at all. So like in the beginning, he was a little bit frustrated with the whole YouTube thing, but I mean, it took off. And then, so yeah, he usually brings 2 camera people, and like one of them will have a drone, and like they get out and they'll be like running alongside the car filming and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, I find it riveting. And it's really crazy to see some of the predicaments that these people get themselves into. They end up in very precarious positions. But yeah, so he's out there doing his daily job, which he makes money doing. And then he films it and puts it on YouTube, which he makes money doing. And I'm like, this is genius. How many people want to watch me do a takeoff for a building?
Do you know what I've been watching on and off? And it's a little morbid. There's I'm trying to remember the name of the channel, but they go diving looking for cars and stuff under the water. And most of it's trying to track down missing people. But it's the kind of thing that you kind of like, you get stuck watching, because they never show the people that they've recovered, obviously. But like they go through their whole methodology of like all the tech they use for doing like the height mapping in the lakes, and then like they've gotten so good, you'll see like this pattern, like, oh yeah, that's definitely an SUV right here. So like I don't know how many of the videos I've seen, but they find people that have gone missing. Wow. They're like, oh, these people just disappeared without a trace, and so.
Well, the other one that I was hooked on for a while was the magnet fishing, where they chuck out the big heavy magnets and pull stuff in.
Oh, off the bottom of the.
Yeah, like I'm always on the edge of the seat, like, you know, guys like, oh, I got something big, and you're like, ooh, what is it? And it's trash.
That's
but the next one could be something good.
That's part of what they do, because they'll say, oh, that looks like a car, so they'll throw a high power magnet out and let it drop down, and if it anchors on, then they can use it to pull the boat directly over top of whatever it is.
Moses just kicked me $9.99. Said, thanks for helping Joel get stuck. Oh, thank you, Moses. It is greatly appreciated. I kid you not, every conversation, anytime I call Joel or whatever, when I need something, I'm always like, hey, I need something, and you owe me. And he's always like, yeah, I do. That guy doesn't owe me anything. So,
Joe, let me show you something interesting, and it's 3D printing related. I'm going to use the overhead camera.
Bring us back around.
Okay.
Thank you, Moses, for the $9.99. It is truly greatly appreciated.
So I've been getting all sorts of requests from people, and I'm not outselling them, but if somebody asked me to do the print for them, they can pay for the print time for Among Us 3D printed figurines. So this is off my CR10. Come on, focus in. I'm gonna do manual focus because Logitech sucks. They don't even know what they're doing anymore.
They really don't.
They don't suck, or they don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't,
right, so
they don't care about people who use their cameras.
I'm gonna move this over to here because then I can maybe.
So all my masking tape is old too, and like.
Oh, so it like peels apart as you're going?
Yeah, it tears, and like, so there might be some foul language coming soon.
Okay, so there's the head of one of my Among Us things, and it's obviously not a fantastic print. I think it'll probably be good enough for the people that have asked for them because they won't care that much. But you can see, do you see all the noise in that print? Yeah,
a little bit. I'm gonna full screen you. Oh yeah, holy cow, yeah.
Okay. Then I resliced it, and now it is a different color filament, but it is doing it. It doesn't matter. The filament doesn't matter. This is the same printer.
Huh. Different slicer or just resliced?
This was sliced on the Prusa slicer, and this was sliced in Cura. The noisy one was sliced in Cura.
Yeah, I don't even use Cura anymore.
So I'm a little annoyed. I'll have to try and figure out what caused that. Same layer height, same speed, all that type of stuff.
Kid asked, "Did you have fuzzy skin turned on?"
I couldn't remember the name of the function, but I'm pretty sure I don't. Because
Scott asked if you're using the same SD card for both.
It's being printed from
Octopi.
Yeah. I don't even think I have any of the advanced features turned on. What's the name of the option for noisy skin?
It's the screw up your print function.
Ah, yes. How could I forget?
Oh, I bet that sound was magnificent.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what it sounds like when you start peeling the tape back. Fuzzy skin is not turned on.
I see what you did there, James.
It's a fart joke. Yeah, fuzzy skin is turned off. I didn't have any of the experimental stuff enabled. I'm not an experimental kind of guy. So, and then of course, these guys were printed on my. I need to get my camera view.
Oh, I didn't introduce my friends today. I have Santa Homer with me today, and I have Frosty of the Snowman kind.
Frosty of the Snowman.
Frosty's up here because he needs a little bit of repair. His arm doesn't work anymore. He's supposed to put his hat on, and his arm is busticated. But Homer's up here because he's annoying. I put batteries in him before the stream and turned them on, and I said, "Oh, that's why we don't turn him on anymore."
So my yellow guys were printed on the Prusa Mark III. I don't know exactly where the focus point is, but he's pretty clean.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Good enough. Good stuff. But yes, that red actually does look exactly how it would look if fuzzy skin was turned on, to be honest.
Maybe fuzzy skin is like stuck on and you don't realize it.
Could be. Maybe I need to restart Cura. Maybe they need to start recoding Cura from the ground up. Where the G-code size is relatively the same. Let's take a quick peek.
Oh, that's a good question. Leave it to Scott to show off. Like, look how smart I am.
Well, whoop-de-doo, Basil. Let's see us. Let's see here.
Builder's Mark asks, is it ringing throughout the print or just one section?
No, it's all the way through. The two files are within 200 KB of each other. So the one sliced from the Cura is 19.5 megs, and the one from Prusa is 19.7 megs. I do have a project I need to work on today, though. I had a request for a just ask me.
Just ask me, I'll tell you how smart I
am. One of Kayleen's favorite phrases is Fig Jam, which stands for Frig, I'm good. Just ask me. I might have censored that for the channel. So somebody contacted me and asked if I could create a star nightlight. So I ordered some LED nightlights from Amazon, and I'm going to basically try and design a miniaturized version of my star that just fits on where this was, which, you know, should be pretty simple for somebody that's, you know, smarter than me. So I guess we'll go ahead and open up. I'm going to switch to my Fusion 360 view.
You have a Fusion 360 view?
Yeah.
No, I'm jealous.
Everywhere you look, everywhere
I don't even think I have
you
Fusion
go.
installed anymore.
Well, it's because you hate Fusion.
I do.
You hate it so much. I'm going to make this design hopefully real simple. So I'm starting off by measuring the existing cap because I'm going to make it as a drop-in replacement. So it's going to be, let's do, break and everything.
So being that I'm not doing anything fun and entertaining.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys later. I'm gonna do that. That way I'm still on screen, but
I see. You're making me the center point of entertainment.
Yeah, I don't want people to think I left. I don't want people to think you won.
There's one of the completed Among Us guys. He actually has the little bone sticking out of him, and his head goes back on.
I've yet to play that game.
It's pretty fun. It ruins friendships.
Well, I don't know how many friendships I'd lose. I don't have any friends.
I'll be your friend. I'll be your crying shoulder. So we're doing 62 by 62 here. We'll start off by making a square. And then I'm not going to the internet to steal the pixel layout of the star, if that's what anybody's asking. Actually, so how am I going to do this?
Oh, how am I going to do this?
Alcohol is the answer to everything, right? That's what they tell me. So let's do. What did I say this? Let's call it. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Let's do 6. 13.6 is going to be my magic number.
Oh, that's a happy sound. Let's see who the new winner is. Oh, Builder's Mark donated $5 for Glendale Love Fusion 360. Oh, it is greatly, greatly appreciated, but it's going to take more than $5 to get me to like Fusion 360. No, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I know some of you heard the story, but it's just that I've been using Rhino 3D for so long that I didn't want to beat myself into learning a new software. So why continue to grow when what you're already doing works? So Lars said, we are all your online friends. Well, that's nice. And I won't play with you guys. I don't want to ruin that friendship. I like that fund. Learn to love Fusion 360 fund. When we hit $1 million, I will love Fusion 360.
If I've got this mapped out properly in my head.
I hope you got that mapped out somewhere. The FK one was all done in in Rhino 3D. $4.99 from Moses towards the Fusion 360 fund. Oh, you guys are killing me. Literally.
Not figuratively, literally.
No, literally. As I cough myself to death over here. You guys are so awesome. So for anybody out there who's never done vinyl graphics, don't start. This part of it is so tedious. The first job that I ever did commercially, I was working for a tint shop as the vinyl graphics guy. And they sent me out to a car lot to sticker the front window of the car lot. And when I got there, the glass, the sun had been beating on the front glass, and the glass was good and hot. So I mixed up my soap solution for hot glass. And then all the guys showed up for work and went in and cranked the air conditioning way down in the building, and the glass got cold. And I already had vinyl on the window, and it wouldn't stick. And I was panicking. And I called my boss. I'm like, what do I do? And he said, let me ask you something. I said, what? And he goes, do those guys know how to do what you're doing? And I said, well, no, because they would do it. And he goes, exactly. So just fake it until it works. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
Oh, Rhino, that's what DPT uses. Where's that band hammer? It's got to be around here somewhere. I once bought 18-inch wide roll of tape so I could do stuff like this in one run of tape. That was a nightmare. You end up with way too many bubbles and stuff in it. So,
moment of truth. And then we do great here, body, this. Hey, I did it.
Oh, look at that.
I'm a fancy boy. Now, the real question is, how tall did this end up being?
4 feet. Yeah, weeding the vinyl is not fun, but I would rather weed the vinyl than to mask the vinyl.
This is going to be way too big for what I wanted to do. I probably should have figured that out so I'm supposed to be making a smaller version of this star. And then I was like, oh, it'd be really nice if the legs on the star could rest on either side of this piece. And if I'd bothered to think about that for a second, I would have realized that this doesn't actually fit in between the star's legs as is. So whatever I was designing was going to end up being smaller or larger than what I was doing. So that's why that went so smoothly, because it was a non-starter to begin with. But on the plus side, you guys just got to see how I designed the star in the first place. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
And on the plus side, you guys got to see how I lost all my hair.
Yep.
I don't know if I should stick the red on top of the black before I mask up the whole thing. It'd probably be easier than trying to line it up after. I used to have a nice glass top table for doing this so that I wouldn't cut into the table, but in fact, I think I'm going to use this new invention called scissors.
I had somebody kind of accuse me of stealing one of my designs from somebody, and I said, no, I designed from scratch. They're like, oh yeah, well, it scales exactly, like it scales and ends up being identical to theirs. I'm like, oh, and it was this star, and they said, the problem with you thinking that I stole the design is the fact that both the person that you're saying I stole it from and I designed it from the pixel art from the game. So yes, their measurements would be exactly the same.
Right, because that's what it is.
Yeah. That ended the conversation. And so it should, right?
It should.
I lost chat. Where's chat?
It's over here.
Thank you. So helpful.
Similar, except Glenn didn't get a CR30 sent to him. No, I didn't.
You a little sad?
Well, I'm always sad when I don't get something for free, but I mean, I understand her reasoning on why, you know, I mean, she stated why she did it, and I can understand. I mean, she wanted somebody that was going to absolutely be crucial of it. And I thought, well, no, I'm not going to go there. That's enough.
She'd be lucky if you actually had the time to do a print on it, right?
No, I was going to, no, I'm not going to finish the count. Nothing against her. It's just a road that I don't want to travel down.
Wait, is the CR30 the belt printer?
Yes, I think so.
I thought the CR30 was the other Kickstarter they did.
Oh, well, maybe. What do I know?
So I probably should have cut something out of cardboard to get a general idea as to how big I wanted it to be, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do now that I have this design basically finished in terms of the front of it, I'm going to say that I want it to be the same height as the original one, which is, say, 62 millimeters. And then I'm going to just scale this down to 62 millimeters, and then I'll build the attachment for the light around that. I forget what I said the height of this was, but
I assume that night light is LED.
I absolutely made sure to get the LED ones.
Yeah. Just checking.
We want to scale this down to, let's say, 28.5%. That was
your fire hazard. I hope you enjoy it.
I had played with the idea of doing this in PETG in case they decide to attach it to something else, but nah.
Just glue it on so they can't take it off.
I'm trying to remember where scale is now. Because I don't often do this. I usually design things to the proper size.
I can tell you where it is in Rhino.
That's super freaking helpful. Got it. It's under modify. We're going to modify this entity. And we're going to put it to 0.28. Boom. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Hey, silly James. And it's 0.84 thickness right now, and I want it to be 0.4 thickness, so I'm going to bring it up by 3.16. Actually, I'm going to make it 2 millimeters, so 2.16. I'm going to make it 3 millimeters thick altogether. Moses just donated another $4.99 because James stole his star design. Yeah, I did, Moses, but guess what? I'm invincible, so you can't do anything about it. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Canadian law doesn't apply here.
I was gonna kickstart that belt printer. I hemmed and hawed about it for a little while, up until even this morning. But spending an extra close to $1,000 Canadian on a printer this close to Christmas sounds probably like a recipe for disaster. So
Well, and that's 1,000 Canadian dollars.
Yep. Yep, it is. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is, I don't know. I'm trying to decide where this is going to be. I'd like the sensor to poke out at the bottom here, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is cry really hard.
You're going to make a nightlight of a star pooping a nightlight.
That's right. Poop star. Oh, yeah. I was going to use this as the measurement. So,
man, I hope nobody comes and checks this thing with a caliper. Figures out that I'm off by 0.1 millimeter over here.
So this is, it looks like 17 on the gap. So let's go from, is that the center point? 8.5 in each direction. No, I did 7.5. I want 8.5.
I just realized I lost my dot on my 995.1 too, and I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Then how thick is this?
About that much.
1.7. $1.75.
What's poking out at the bottom between his legs? $1,000 Canadian, so $4.99 covered it, right? Just remember, for just $4.99 a month, you can support an entire Canadian family.
It's funny because it's true. Let's do. My brain is not working right today. I can tell you that right now. Okay, wait. So that's the gap. So we need to do. Let's see. Doesn't even make sense in my own head. Let's make this. Sorry, guys. I am a little slow on the uptake today.
I was just looking, Thomas. Maker Viking slid in without me seeing him there. Not that he didn't make his presence known, just that I didn't see it.
That doesn't make sense. Hold on. 17, and then at its widest point, 35. So
yeah, it sucks that red dot. I don't think I have any red material left either. I could dig through the trash and try to find it, but
okay. I screwed up somewhere.
is that like screechingly loud?
A little loud.
I mean, like if somebody's wearing headphones, is that painful? I will stop doing it if that's the case. It just comes off the roll so much nicer when you do it quick. Oh, that tape bubbled. All right, well, that's the first one that's going down onto the sign blank anyway.
13.5 from there. I do 13.5 from there.
Builder's mark for James Addington. Moses $4.99. Help support your expensive Canadian lifestyle.
It's true. I love Taco Bell. And how deep is this?
Little do you guys know, I don't give any of that money to James.
That's true. He said if I ever asked for any of it, it'd be the last thing I ever asked for. So
breaking kneecaps for that.
Yep. And or say 7.5.
By the time I get it from Google and then we do the conversion and stuff, it's like giving James, 6 cents. It's just not worth it. PayPal takes all of the fees.
Yep. Yep, they do. Okay, so now
what I do is I get all my YouTube money in cash and I lay it around on the floor, and then I send James a video of me rolling around in it.
Oops, that's too much. TMI, buddy. Let's do 8. I think 8.5 is correct. It looks right. I'm gonna go one less than that. That's good. There, that's done. That's all I'm gonna do with it. Good enough. Good stuff.
As long as it works. No reason to over-engineer it.
That's what they tell me.
Well, we all want to see that. No, I doubt it. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Let's do...
Oh, come on. Moses, you're killing me, brother.
Did he send you more?
$49.99 for inappropriate rolling around in money fund.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
I think we are gonna have to start doing some of these streams on my channel.
No. Oh. Just so everybody knows, that was James's choice that they're always on my channel.
It is true.
Thank you, Moses. I really do appreciate that.
I made the decision. I don't regret it.
James is like, I don't need watch time.
I'm actually getting desperately close to the point where I may have to start doing some live streams to bring up my watch time.
Well, we can start rotating these.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that should be all it takes to make this work.
James, is it going to look like blazing eyes when the LEDs are on in the dark?
No, the eyes are actually going to be blacked out, I think. It'll be scary.
Well, that just means you need more LEDs.
Well, that's the other trick here, is that I got to try and make sure that this thing can be lit up with the one LED that's in this thing, right?
Yeah, you have to make sure it's thin enough.
I made it 1.2 millimeters thick.
Go through all that, put it on, and then it doesn't light. It's just a black blotch. All right, now comes the next fun part. Taking the tape off without taking off what what you want to stay behind. Something came off. Oh, the dot from www.
www.nevergetoveryou. We'll see if anybody knows who sang that without looking it up.
It was you just a second ago. I heard it.
That's accurate.
That's when Xander sings. I always go, "Who sings that?" And he'll say, "Oh, it's so and so." I'll say, "Yeah,
let's keep it that way." I actually have to make sure that I didn't make this deeper than 31 millimeters from the base, or else this is going to end up as a bad time. And it's not. We should be perfect. Everything just looks exaggerated because the star itself is actually so tiny. So I'll design the eyes to be printable separately. So we'll do a 0.2 offset from inside of that, and then we'll do a press pull. We're going to do two-sided press pull, and one side it's going to be to object, and it'll be down into the here, and then on the other one it will be distant, and we'll just.
This process is very wasteful too. I mean, the fact that you take brand new masking tape, you put it on there, you immediately take it off, and then you throw the masking tape away.
Yep.
That's very wasteful. The only reason I don't feel really bad about it is because this masking tape sucks anyway.
It's like I didn't like it anyways.
What are you laughing about, Giggles? So Xander's an online bully.
Yes, he is.
He
And
likes
offline.
He likes to mess with kids in the game.
That's okay. All the kids he's messing with are actually...
Lars kicking in 50 DKKs. That's Swedish money, isn't it?
Everybody wants you to be rich, Glenn.
I want to be rich.
Maybe you'll make enough to cover like the electricity that your lights take for a day or two.
No, I was already explaining that the cost of running my whole entire Christmas display is offset by not having to run the air conditioning in the wintertime.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, my whole entire Christmas display is LED. So, like, it takes very little bit of power. So, I do have an issue of that red dot missing, but I'll cut another one of those. So, there's the first one.
Now, are you doing that sign for a friend, or is this like side business?
It's for me.
What's on the sign?
It's to let people know that I broadcast on 95.1.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw the broadcasting and I thought it was for like a radio station.
Oh, it is. It's for my radio station.
I get things. Yeah. Okay, so now all it's left to do is give this the color in the application so that you guys can see what it's going to look like-ish. Then I have to decide if I'm going to print this in regular yellow or translucent yellow. The obvious answer seems like it would be translucent yellow, but translucent yellow doesn't look as nice.
That's right. That's Danish money. SEK is Swedish money. See, I live in the United States and everything revolves around me.
Hashtag my life.
For White Castle Fund. It should cover for Christmas dinner. Oh, I got to see pictures. I haven't been down there, but I got to see pictures of the construction site of the new White Castle. So exciting.
Make your day.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to get parts.
Someday I'm going to eat in that dirt field.
So I was supposed to get parts to fix my second CR10 before the stream today. And Amazon, I'm not even complaining about the situation with Amazon. It's just this close to Christmas, Amazon's completely unreliable.
Oh, they're making me angry. That wasn't the term I was going to use, but
family friendly.
Yeah. I like Prime shipping is absolutely just garbage now anyway. Like nothing is 2 days to me anymore. And then like a couple of things I've ordered have been like a week and a half for no reason. Like, and then the other fun one is it'll say like delivery on Monday, and then you look and then it'll be like not really until Friday.
Mm. You're like, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, thanks for taking my money every year and then not doing what you're supposed to. I finally broke down and ordered myself a new laptop after 11 years.
How'd that go?
Well, I ordered it through, I don't know if you guys have Office Depot up there.
We have Staples. I think they're the same.
Same premise, yeah.
Yep.
So I ended up going through Office Depot because they had it on sale, $700 laptop for $519. So I bought it, and it said 1 to 3 day estimated 1 to 3 day delivery. 14 days is how long it's going to take to get here. And when I reached out to them about it, they said, "Oh, well, it's coming out of a different warehouse further from your house." And I'm like, it based that 1 to 3 days based on my zip code. James, first run the regular yellow for the face of it, then M600 and finish with the translucent.
That might look all right.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll just pause it manually, though. I'm pretty lazy. Yeah, but that's a good idea, because then you get the most light casting off the sides.
Moses said Prime is dead in 2020. I think Amazon should be dead in 2020.
So yeah,
I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon as well.
So I only have 2 printers that are actually functioning right now. I mean, that's not true. I have other ones that I could plug in and get up and running. They're like, that don't need parts or whatever, but I've got my Prusa and I've got one of my CR10s. The second one needs a new extruder. I don't know where I got it, but I ended up with a knockoff Bondtech extruder. And I put that on my my original CR10. And the coupler that's built into it to hold the Bowden tube won't actually hold the Bowden tube. It keeps kicking it out. And on the one I've got, it's not replaceable.
That's useful.
Yeah. So I just reordered the original, well, not stock, but like the Creality aluminum one. I'm just going to go back to that. I don't care. I tried to do something cool and it didn't work out. So.
Well, that's what you get for ordering your parts from somebody other than Printed Solid.
I mean, I can't order anything from Printed Solid.
I know. I just had to get a plug in there. I didn't plug them all show. And Dave doesn't pay for those plugs, just so you guys know. We like Printed Solid.
And we like Dave.
Dave's willing to walk us through his store and show off all of his high-tech secrets. If you guys weren't here last week, you missed a great show. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. Ollie says, I have no working printer. That's sad. I printed these spacers for my door handle. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? I think it was the weekend before. And I still haven't installed them. I just totally threw that tape completely over the garbage can and onto the floor.
Par for the course.
That's why I don't play basketball.
Several of my clips that I made for holding the lights broke when attempting to apply them to the rail. So it worked well enough that our lights are up for this year. And next year I will revisit it. Probably. Maybe not. Hard to say.
Probably not. You'll probably just use the rest of them next year. Mike says, I heard a rumor that Printed Solid ships to some Canadians. Only if you have like the nudge, secret shipping deal.
Yep. From the nudge, secretshippingdeal.com.
Oh, why didn't you warn me? I would have went and registered that first.
Just get the .org. Nobody ever checks the .org.
I can't tell you how many domain names I've bought just like on the whim over stupid conversations.
6?
Probably 100.
600?
No, 100 domains. I don't own them all anymore. My wife finally realized how many domain names I had that I wasn't using and made me get rid of them.
You're just collecting.
Like, hey, you need to get rid of those. She's like, you have how many and why? I'm like, you're right.
Why are you gonna call me on it like that?
I think it was at a point where we were struggling financially and we were trying to like cut costs. And I'm registering, $2,000 worth of domains every year that I don't use.
But I mean, you never know when you'll need like FreakyFridayFunFest.com.
UranusHurts.com.
What about my
like
anus?
Uranus, the planet, and Hertz as in like frequency. And yes, I do own that.
I'm unsurprised by that.
It was in a Dilbert cartoon a bazillion years ago, and I read the cartoon, the comic, and I thought, I gotta see, and I went and it was available, so I bought it.
Piece of history. I was very shocked that Kaylee and I were able to get epicburns.com and .ca. That seems like the type of thing that should have already existed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least somebody should have been cyber squatting on it.
Yep. The laser stuff has not been. So I've been having a weird issue, and I have just one right now. I started making Facebook posts in the Facebook Marketplace, and like not a lot, like 1 or 2 a week max. There are people that do multiples a day, so I'm not at all abusive of it. And one of the advertisements was for our laser engraved Christmas decorations that we've been working on, and the other one was for I had printed off a few of these stars as extras, so I was trying to get rid of them. And the decoration one got less than 12 views, even though it was in like 4 different locales or whatever in the marketplace. And the star one got like 9 views. And I'm like, that's weird, because usually, you'll get at least some viewership or on it, whatever. I'm like, oh, I guess people just aren't that interested. So then our friend of ours down the street, a couple days later, saw that I'd posted the stuff, and I'd actually lowered the price on the stars. So she shared it, but she shared it to the same boards that I had already put it on, and it immediately got hundreds of views.
Interesting. And I wonder if the algorithm like delivers it more to people if it's a share than if it was your original post.
I don't know, like, because I had said to Kaylee, I'm like, the way the viewership's going and the number of people that are part of these groups, even just the casual browsing through, we should be getting a fair amount of views, and we're not getting anything. I'm like, maybe we've been like partially, like the shadow band. I know shadow band's thrown around all the time and stuff like that, but I feel like there are ways that you can do stuff where an algorithm on how items would be displayed would be affected and adversely by it. So,
well, it's really weird, because I have some stuff posted to Facebook Marketplace that's been there for quite some time. As I was, cleaning out the garage, I just started posting stuff to sell.
Yep.
And like in the beginning, it would get a couple hits. People would be like, is this still available? Is this still available? Even though I said in the ad, if it's posted, it's available.
My favorite is that when you get one of the, is this still available? And then you say, yes, it is. And then they don't respond.
Or never mind. Or I accidentally clicked it. I accidentally clicked contact you. But no, so that's all fine and dandy. But then like certain stuff like doesn't get any attention. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, I get somebody, is this available? And I'm like, yep. And then 10 minutes later, somebody else, is this available? The same thing, like on the same product. And it's like all of a sudden, like it just started popping up again or something.
All of a sudden, the internet cared about it.
Suddenly, everybody wanted what I had.
Oh no, the star's already dead. I'm just gutting it. I have a hard time getting the support material out of this. This whole, I should really just print it without it, but it is what it is now, it's already been printed.
Old curmudgeon said I hardly use Marketplace. Unfortunately, everybody's gone to Marketplace. Like if you look on Craigslist, there's just like nothing left on Craigslist anymore. And then Craigslist started charging. They charge you, I mean, it's $5, but you have to pay $5 to list a car for sale. So, like, people quit listing cars for sale. It did cut down on the scammers, but it also cut down on the legitimate, except for dealerships. So then I end up on Marketplace. I try to not use Facebook at all because I hate Facebook. Not as much as I hate Fusion 360, though.
Just to be clear. And to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. I'm trying to see how many people. We have 36 people watching and only 8 thumbs up.
36 people watching me make signs and you do Fusion.
No, well, not even. I'm just stabbing a star in the butt right now. The screwdriver.
Craigslist has been a dumpster fire for over a decade.
2020 has been a dumpster fire for over a century at this point.
When I read that, I had to think, has Craigslist been around a decade? That just shows how old I am.
Yep.
Seems like it's yesterday.
More and more things I get that pop up, and I'm like, that came out 17 years ago? What? No, I saw that last year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my Christmas show has started. 5:30.
Oh, Christmas show. Oh, Christmas show.
That is probably one of the best things with having an animated Christmas show is that I don't have to turn it on. It starts every night at the same time, whether I'm home or not. I used to always have to make sure I was home to turn the lights on.
Do you have animatronics in yours at all?
No.
I wouldn't want animatronics starting up when I wasn't home in case something went wrong. I've seen what happens when a printer's not set up quite right and it just starts ramming itself into the head into the bed or whatever. I don't know what happened. Santa Claus decapitated himself and started throwing his severed head at the reindeer.
No, I have a bunch of like Christmas characters. Like I have a Christmas Bugs Bunny and a bunch of those that, you know, they just do their little. But I don't set any of that up.
This guy had a tapeworm.
The star had a tapeworm?
Yep. It reminds me, I don't remember who the comedian was, but there's a comedian that was talking about how he went on vacation somewhere and he came back, he wasn't feeling well. And so they did an exam on him and stuff, and they figured out that he had a tapeworm. And the doctor's like, not really a big deal these days. You take this medication and it kills it. That's it. No surgery, nothing required. But they didn't tell him once the tapeworm's dead how it leaves his body. So it came as a shock. He's talking about being in the washroom. And, you know what? Maybe I won't continue this for the squeamish, but
yeah, it's probably not the best story.
There we go. I de-blocked this guy out. %95 of the effort is actually getting that cleaned out enough that we can put a piece of the tree in it. I should have checked. Wouldn't it have been something if that just perfectly fit on there like that? Like if it just slipped on and like, oh, there we go, we're done.
So you're going to cram a tree branch?
Yeah, it's called star power.
So Zach said something to me the other night about having an angel on top of the tree because we have a star.
Yep.
And I said to him, well, you know how that tradition started? And he's like, no. So I started to tell him the story. I don't know if you've ever heard the story. But it has to do with Santa's in his office on Christmas Eve night, and it's busy and nothing's going right, and he's a little bit annoyed. And
is he? Is Santa? I guess Santa's the original maker, so that makes sense.
Well, and then so an angel comes in, and you know, people kept interrupting Santa, and then he was like, "One more person interrupts me," you know. And an angel comes in and says to Santa, "Hey, Santa, I have the tree. Where do you want me to put it?" And there's how we ended up with angels on top of the tree.
Hey, there you go. There's the tapeworm.
Small letters.
So my mother at some point got this angel decoration, and the angel decoration is holding a candle, and I forget exactly how the movements are, but I think the angel's holding a candle in front of its face like this, and it's just like this.
Oh yeah. I've seen those.
And it had the most godforsaken expression on its face. The thing was terrifying.
They usually do, yeah.
Yeah. And nobody liked it. My mother thought it was so cute, and like everybody she showed to was like, that thing's a nightmare. So then the one year for Christmas, she packed it up and gave it to my sister-in-law. So then my sister-in-law comes down. I'm trying to remember the exact chain of events, but this is basically how it's gone. So my sister-in-law comes down here to visit at one point, and she hides it in the house and leaves. So she passes it on to us. So then we find it, package it back up, give it back to her for Christmas. And basically it's just been a matter of it getting left at people's places at this point. And at one point it lost a wing because one of the wings got snapped off and it went missing. And at some point this year, my mom sent me a link on eBay. Somebody was selling the exact same one. So she was thinking about buying a replacement one and starting up the tradition again, which nope.
So I have, and I think I have them sitting right here. Yes, I do. I have a set of napkin rings that my sister and I have been passing back and forth for years.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
So it's like these moose. Maybe the reindeer. Well, these ones are reindeer for sure. But and then
you both want it so bad, and there's only one set, right?
Two moose, 2 reindeer, 2 bears. So I have now had these. They have disappeared for, I don't know, probably 15 years. So guess what's going back around this year? She doesn't watch my streams. I don't have to worry about her knowing.
I could totally try that. That's a good point.
What's that?
Builder's Mark was saying that I could basically model a hollow shape that fits inside it. So it like prints up inside and follows around it and then catches it rather than trying to build up support material the way this is happening right now. Oh, that's the Rona.
No, had it for too long for it to be the Rona.
You're patient 0 now. Congratulations.
Yeah, at least I win something. So my coworker Grant received news the other day that he had been around somebody who was tested positive. So he's under quarantine now.
Pending test results?
Yeah, well, I think he's just pending that he doesn't get sick in 10 days.
That's fair.
He works from home, so...
So basically...
He lives in a different state now.
Situation normal is what you're saying.
Yeah. But he said the other day, he's like, I don't feel good. Like, I have muscle pain and stuff, and I don't know if it's just something else or if it's asymptomatic or... Like, quit being a baby. Get back to work. Oh. Oh, I'm looking forward to vacation time.
I'm not taking any this year. So about Christmas Day and Boxing Day. But because Boxing Day is on a Saturday this year, the stat holiday gets moved to the Monday for me. So basically, off like Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm trying to save our vacation days for when we can do more with them.
Yeah, well, I mine is use it or lose it. So
I see. Well, ours isn't quite use it or lose it. If you accrue beyond a certain point, they do a forced payout because they don't want to keep it on the books.
yeah, and see, I don't even have that option. I can't take a payout instead.
It's like, oh, didn't use it, guess you didn't need it.
Yep. So I signed up to have the week of Christmas to New Year's off. Which in the construction industry, like nothing happens that week anyway. So
you're doing them a favor by picking that week.
Pretty much so. I do them a favor just by continuing to work for them.
Not a sponsor. There we go.
Well, they do sponsor my paycheck every week.
But you sponsor their work with your presence.
No, it's a good company. I like the company itself. I'm getting a little burned out on the job, but
that happens.
Well, I mean, I don't typically make it this long at a job. 2 years is like my
your previous record?
Well, it's my average.
I've
only had a couple of jobs where I lasted longer than that.
I did an upgrade to my remaining fully functional CR10 yesterday. I added some. Oh, it's not quite showing. There we go.
Ah.
New Capricorn tubing.
Robbie Mac in the house.
Return of the Mac and Cheetos.
Oh, Sanibel is really lovely. Mike says 21 years for me. I couldn't imagine staying at any job for 21 years. I mean, other than the job I'm currently at. I asked my boss back before the whole Corona thing. I asked him, I said, so at what point do I become the old man of the company where I can start napping during the meeting?
2 years ago. What did he say? Did he give you an estimate?
No, he's like, no, you can't nap during the meetings.
Joke's on him. Now you just put on the fake webcam stuff and then.
Oh no, I don't even get invited to the meetings anymore.
Oh, because you're such a downer.
Did I not tell you what I did?
Maybe.
So I used the anytime I attended the meetings, it was always on my regular desktop machine, which I don't have a webcam on, and I refused to put one on that machine. And so what I did was I used OBS and Virtual Cam, and I set up a bunch of reaction GIFs.
I do remember this.
So I spent the whole meeting, like every time somebody would say something, I'd pop up a reaction GIF, and then I spent the whole meeting watching everybody's reaction to my my reaction GIF. So then after that, we didn't have meetings anymore.
You're not a team player, are you, Glenn?
No, I am not.
That's okay. I forgive you, and that's what's important.
But you know, I usually warn companies of that before I get hired.
Hey, did I show you guys? I guess not. I know you've seen it. The print and play Christmas decoration for 2020.
It was on the Twitters, wasn't it?
It was, but like only 5 people follow me on Twitter.
Oh. Yeah, I have to get around to printing that.
That's weird. Why am I not getting my?
I was kind of curious to know why you didn't make the hanger at the top of the joystick, but then it made sense when you said why you did where you did.
I mean, it was the spot that made sense to me. You know, maybe not everybody would have done it that way.
No, I didn't even think about it, but it made sense after you said it. St. Jude's. You know what I like? You know what I like about supporting St. Jude's is that I can go to Chili's restaurants and give my donation to St. Jude's through Chili's and get to eat lunch.
Eating good in the neighborhood?
Well, you know, it's like, because otherwise I would have to put the money into the bank and then write them a check or go online and do it by credit card, whatever. Instead, I can just go to Chili's, get some delicious foods. I will take a sponsorship from Chili's as well, just in case you're watching, Chili's.
I just realized. So you pointed out Robbie Mac is in the chat. Robbie Mac. So I started a second channel which has had one video, and I do plan to get back to it. I barely have enough time to try and keep one channel alive. I thought it was going to be a big deal. Didn't end up being that way. But Robbie Mac designed me this logo for the Print and Play retrospective channel. So the poll I put out today, I'm trying to decide if I should move all of the gaming and product review type stuff that's not 3D printed related to the retrospective channel. Because I have a couple of videos that I'm working to film that could go either way. But that was the pretty snazzy logo. And so I like the logo so much, I got mouse pads made up with it on it.
Yes, Robbie Mac does some amazing work.
Absolutely. There's the guts of those stars. They didn't want to give them up, but in the end, they had no
choice. Those 8-year-olds that he keeps locked up in the basement that produce all of his graphics do really good stuff.
It's true. He feeds them the good dog food.
I love this community.
Oh yeah, so this is the Print and Play decoration for 2020. It's heavily inspired by one of the Commodore 64 joysticks, which I happen to have in my hand right now. Look at that.
I used to have one of those.
I'm trying to figure out how to angle it exactly.
Is that the one with the micro switches or with the reed switches?
I don't think it has either. This is a recreation. It's the USB one that came with the C64 Mini.
Oh.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, it doesn't have. It's not the real arcade classic style. Rymax says you need to get out more. He just gave you a thumbs down for that. I don't remember what statement that's linked to, but you need to get out more, though. Hey, you know what? I just realized I could plug my other channel right now. I could get people to subscribe to it. If the subscriber base hasn't gone up at all in months. So. Yeah,
if you do that, I'm going to have to charge you for advertising.
Take it out of my cut from all the donations today. Let's see. This is the subscriber count's at 113 right now, so let's see if we can get it to 1,000. Let's do it right now.
We can get to 1,000 with the 36 people that are watching.
Exactly.
No, we're down to 30 people watching.
The TAC 2. I believe this one's based. Oh wait, no, it's not. Wait, this is the TAC 2, isn't it? I don't have all the models linked in my brain anymore. You know how to get a hold of me, Robbie Mac. You've done enough for me that I'd be glad to help you.
What does he need?
He says he has a collaboration that he's been thinking about, and by collaboration he means he's going to tell me what he's come up with, and I make it happen.
Nobody wants to collaborate with me.
What are we doing right now?
Nobody good wants to collaborate with me.
Oh, you're a dingus.
Dude, you walked right into that. Come on. Xander said that was easy.
I can't believe you talked to me that way. Next thing I know, you're going to be kicking me.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to... No. And just so you guys know, he's legitimately gone. Like, he's not even in the green room. He's gone. And what'll be really funny is now if he has technical issues and can't get back on. So, and then StreamYard does not, like, they don't notify you when people pop into the green room. So you have to constantly watch. And then if you guys have never used StreamYard, when you come into the green room, you can see, like, you can see the other people, but like they know I'm having technical issues and can't get back on. I hope that's true, James. I hope that's true. I hope that you can never get back in because, oh, never mind. There he is.
We do have fun, though.
You know, when I do these signs, I don't know. I made them quick, and then I'm always afraid that I made a spelling error in it.
Just if you make any spelling errors, tell everybody it's the Canadian way.
You know, if I made spelling errors, it's the way it stands. So I got a couple of small things I have to fix. I lost a dot over the I. I think there was something else too, but overall, I think this turned out pretty good. The font, and I didn't really look when I converted the St. Jude's logo. I didn't really look at it. The font turned out real choppy, but that's my crowning jewel right there. Because we do love the cookie donations. I didn't think I was going to get those done. Now I do still have to fix a couple of small things, and I'm out of red, so I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that dot. I mean, besides order more, but the sign is, I painted the box for it today, and I got to wait 24 hours to put a second coat on it because I painted it in oil paint, so that was good and durable and bad for the environment. That's how I roll.
So the hanging point that he was talking about.
A boot?
A boot. So you were saying you would have had it coming off the joystick, right?
Yeah, just because of the way it would hang on the tree then, but
hang like that. But yeah, I made the hanging point where the cable came out of it, which made sense to me at the time.
No, it made sense to me after you said that.
I wanted it to hang like more or less the way it is right now, like obviously straight up and down type thing, but so that you could see the buttons and stuff just looking into the tree. But I guess that's not exactly a true to form way for it to be presented. So,
ooh, look what I found! Look what I found!
Lars says just paint the dot.
That's ridiculous. Put paint on vinyl. All right, let's get this one up there, and I'll take some measurements. I'm not getting the caliper out. I'm just going to use my handy-dandy metric tape measure. It is exactly 2 centimeters square. I'm going to hand cut it. I'm not going to run it through the machine because it is just a little scrap. Didn't the controller have suckers underneath? Some of them did. Some of them had the suction cups.
I wouldn't forget. I had this game pad or this joystick called the what was it? Gravis Pro, I think it was.
Yeah, Gravis. Yep.
It was like this big. It had suction cups on it, and the retention for the joystick, like because it was spring loaded, so it would snap back to center, was adjustable. So you could actually turn it all the way down, and the spring didn't even make contact, and the thing just flopped over. Or you could turn it all the way up, so you really had to muscle it to get it to go. Robbie Mack says Sharpies is the sign maker's essential toolkit.
Yeah, but I'd be putting red on top of black.
You need the metallic ones, the ones that are designed to go on black.
Sorry, I'm just going to hand cut it. It'll be okay.
I bought a pack of the metallic Sharpies to see how well they would work. There, it's a James Cameron sign. Let me switch back to me being full view. You don't need my fusion view anymore. Nobody wants to see my ugly mug. I mean, nobody wants to see my ugly design. Everyone wants to see my ugly mug. There's a James Cameron signed can of Coke Zero to help entice our new sponsor, Overlords, to come help us out.
Nice.
I was actually going to test to see how much filament that Mario LED light stand thing, nightlight is going to need. Let's see. $58 grams of material.
Wait, and now, because I am such a professional,
sorry,
I'm not even going to use transfer tape to put this on.
I have somewhere, I think probably down here. Yep. Check out this bad boy. A blast from the past. I've got 2 of them, but I'll just pull out the one.
You have 2 blasts from the past?
Yep. I can give everybody the good view because I can click overhead.
Me too. That's my good view right there.
So I have a few of these. I've got 2 that are this color, and I've got one that's translucent purple. But I don't have any of them that have the screw in. So it had a joystick that you could screw into the middle of the D-pad, and then you could use it like a miniature.
Oh yeah.
Instead, completely useless, but I don't know, Robbie Mac. I think that one's a little tacky.
Oh. Well, James, we'd send a super chat, but Glenn isn't going to send you the money. He's just going to roll on the floor with it. You're stuck with a signed can.
It's funny because it's true.
But James's can is the best can.
I have no can. My wife loves to point that out. One day I was walking past, she's like,
"We can see your phone, by the way."
Can you?
Yeah.
Damn. Good thing I didn't immediately pull up all the. I got
Prawn Hub?
What?
Prawn Hub?
Yep. The one day we were upstairs, and Kay looks at she like I was like going to get a drink or something from downstairs, and Kay goes, "Jay, call the cops." And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Somebody stole your ass." It's like, what? She's like, "You have no ass, James." I'm like, "Wow, thank you so much for that."
Oh,
my poor donkey. Never found him again. Cops were useless.
Oh,
I actually have to change my password. They saw me unlock my phone, and then Robbie Mac just typed it in chat.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm actually going to change it now.
Well, yeah, because everybody's out to get your phone, man.
It's true. Now I'm sad.
I retracted. The damage is already done, Robbie Mac. Once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet. You know, these videos play again. So, okay, I've never paid attention to that. If you retract a message, does it show in the playback until it's retracted, or does it just not ever post it?
I don't know.
I don't have to go check that out. I never paid attention to that.
What I do know, though, is that my password is now different.
It's now X instead.
X gonna give it to you.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I had a company reach out to me to ask if I'd review one of their printers.
I had a company reach out to me and ask me if I'd review one of their printers too. Let's compare notes after the show.
It's okay. So then I emailed them back, and they did not email me back.
I've had the same occurrence.
The printer in question, does it print a material that you would not immediately
Yes.
think would be printed?
Yes.
Yep. And are they getting ready to launch a campaign?
Probably.
Yep.
I don't know. It looked really interesting, though. You know,
I did. Yeah.
I get offers, not all the time, but steady enough, and usually I tell them I'm not interested.
I get none. This is the first one I've had in 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
2 years.
But this one really piques my interest.
Yes, I actually asked because they specifically said it could print an object, and I asked if they would be able to provide a model file to be able to print said object. Right? I'm assuming we're talking about the same one.
I'm almost sure of it. Yeah.
Yep.
And the world has to guess what we're talking about.
They're not going to have to guess. Every single one of them has been contacted.
Probably. If you have a YouTube channel, you probably got contacted.
Lars says, cover the Cameron on the can. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Cover the Cameron on the can. It piques your interest. Hey, no. That's a good play on word, but no.
Nope.
This particular, I won't say it's a material that absolutely nobody's ever printed, unless like they might be making a different version of the material, but what they're using it for was really intriguing.
I'm almost 100% positive, but I am going to send a text message to Glenn right now, which will confirm. I just re-entered my old password like 6 times.
You know, you could have just been like, I'm going to change my passcode, and then not really changed it.
There, I just sent you the material and the item that they said that they could print.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so I emailed them back immediately, and they have not responded. So I didn't email them back immediately. I checked to see if they were a real company because I didn't want to find out I was getting fished.
Right.
And I checked to see that the items that they talked about actually seem to exist, which they seem to. So then I sent them an email back asking questions about how quickly they need a review done and that type of stuff. Like, because if they're like, yeah, we're going to send it to you and within 2 days we need a review done, then.
Right.
But the other thing to keep an eye on, though, is that it does not use 1.75 millimeter filament. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
It uses 2.85.
Huh.
So if you're planning to do testing and other stuff.
Cool looking printer too. Like the design of it, like it looks like every other, but like just the way they built it looks neat.
Yep.
So Carl pops in and says it's 6 p.m. and I'm here to tell you it's time to end the stream. We were waiting on you, Carl.
If anybody wants to send me a free belt printer,
or any other printer,
I think I will eventually get a belt printer to round out my arsenal.
I don't know if I can justify owning one. I don't really need any crown molding.
I think what's going to end up happening is Creality is going to they're releasing theirs at what, $6.99 is the Kickstarter price point, or $6.49, whatever.
Sounds right, yeah.
So they'll release it, and other companies that have cloned the Ender and the CR10 stuff will get their hands on it and not have to do any of the engineering work and basically just duplicate it and start selling it for less.
Yeah. I mean, like the premise behind, like, you know, before I go to Maker Faire, I print out a bunch of them little makeys. It would be cool to just have that thing just churning them out and dumping them
into a bucket.
Yeah, until you run out of filament. But
I do appreciate how compact everything seems to be on the Creality one, though. Like the filament being so close to the filament sensor, being so close to the extruder. I appreciate the way that all works out.
You just have to put the spool holder right on the extruder, so that it's nice and close. And then your filament just moves with your hot end. That wouldn't cause any ringing.
It'll be fine. Just carry the whole 1 kilogram spool, and the ringing gets better as the print continues.
Right. The less that's on the roll, the better the print.
Yep.
So, well, Carl is right. It is 6 o'clock, and I still have some things to do. I got to go put some more paint on my project.
Okay. Well, good knowing you, I guess.
Yeah, I got to admit, when I got up this morning, I contemplated on whether I was going to do the stream or not with as much stuff as I had going on today. But
now you're kind of glad you did.
Well, I'm always glad I did. In the morning, I'm always like, oh, I got so much to do. And then I'm like, nah, we need to stream. Because I told everybody last week we were going to do it again this week.
Yep. Now tell them we're doing it next week, too.
All right. We're going to be here again next week.
There you go. Yeah, I think we should try and do next week, because I think as we get closer to Christmas, it'll be more difficult. I figure we'll probably miss one or two over the holidays.
Yeah. The holiday weekends will be tough, but yeah. And I thought about doing a poll to see like if this time slot works, but it works for me, and that's all that's really important. So
yeah, Kay and I have balanced our stuff around it too. So
yeah, it just, I don't know. It's a good time. Like, it seems like it's in the middle of the day, but it really isn't. It's just, like
it's just leading up to supper.
Yeah, exactly.
The only downside with it is that basically we either have to have takeout on a Sunday, or Kayleen has to do the cooking on a Sunday. So guess we'll find out what it is when I get upstairs.
Well, we ordered pizza, but we did it at like 3 o'clock this afternoon. So
Kay and I realized that we were being pretty lazy, because last night or this morning we went to heat up leftovers, and we had our choices of 3 different pizzas. So Wednesday, I think, or Thursday, we made homemade pizza. Like, we had bought this dough ball from a local bakery, so we made pizza out of that. Then Friday, I think it was lunchtime and stuff ran late or whatever, so she ordered Domino's for us. No, wait, I'm mixing up. Anyways, and then Friday night, Kay was not at home, so I was by myself, so I ordered a Greek pizza. So then we go to the fridge, and it's like, oh, which one would you like?
Yeah, that fancy Domino's pizza.
I don't know what that. Oh, Domino's. I see what you said there. Domino's.
Yeah. No, we had Daddy Joe's. No, that's not right. It's
Papa John's, Papa J's.
It's some name like that.
So Domino's sells a pizza now that's, I forget what the name of it is, but do you remember a pizza that the Pizza Hut used to have called the Big New Yorker?
Yeah.
It basically is that. It's got the giant pepperonis on it, super thin crust. The sauce is pretty similar, and it ends up like almost dripping grease, because there's nothing to absorb any of the grease from anything.
Right.
So she ordered that. It was like $10 or something like that. So, anyways.
Well, I'm fairly certain I told this story, but it was a couple weeks ago we ordered pizza. I think it was a Friday night. Might have been a Saturday night. I don't know, but it took 2 hours for it to get here. And like, they don't tell you until you click that submit your order button, and it's like, your pizza will be ready in
2 hours.
It was like 129 minutes. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. And it took every bit of 2 hours to get here.
It's not fast food. It's terrible food slowly.
Oh my God. Yeah. So all of a sudden we get a card in the mail about a week ago that said, we're sorry, and we can do better. Give us another chance. And it was a free medium cheese pizza because they sucked so bad at the last one.
So the pizza I ordered, so my friend was coming to pick up that arcade cabinet that I built on Friday. And they weren't supposed to be there for an hour and a half. So I ordered my pizza, because I figured small town pizza will be here and I'll have it eaten before they get here. No, they showed up an hour and a half later, and pizza showed up an hour and 32 minutes later while they were still here.
Wow.
Like, it's so awkward. And then the Domino's here, because all their stuff is metered, like all their, like how fast they get through customers or whatever, they lie on their app. So it'll be like, oh yeah, your pizza's out for delivery. And then it doesn't show. Like the one night it was, your pizza's out for delivery. 35 minutes go by and it hasn't shown up, and it's only a 2-minute drive from the house. So I call and she goes, yeah, your order's still sitting here. She's like, I don't know what you want me to do. We have one driver running tonight and we have 30 orders. I'm like, I understand that, but the app told me, she goes, I don't know what you want to tell you. She's like, we're completing the orders, and the app showing them as being delivered. Because like the app goes, your pizza's out for delivery, and then I get worried because it's like your pizza's been delivered. So I go and check because I'm like, maybe they left it on the front mat because of COVID and it's not there. So then I call her. She's like, no, it's still here. So to keep up with their metrics, they're just clicking the "we're done this order" thing.
Right, so they don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's a failing on the company. That's not even a failing on the workers.
You know, when you go through certain drive-throughs, McDonald's, and they ask you to pull into the parking spot or pull ahead to the other.
So you don't screw up their metrics.
Yeah, it's so that they can tag you as done.
Yep. Because you're no longer in the lineup.
In the queue, right?
Yep.
All right, everybody. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up.
Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Yeah. Eat at White Castle as often as you can.
Yeah. Help keep the sewer system flowing.
Eat dessert first, grin like a dog, and wander aimlessly. I threw myself off track. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that showed up. A huge thank you to you guys that threw down the cash tonight for the Learn to Love Fusion 360 fund, and however many other funds there were. That was I love money, but it's also really funny to see what you guys come up with. Once again, I want to reiterate that if any of you guys are interested in being a guest host, just shoot me an email at Glenn with 2 N's at funking3d.com, and we can see about getting you on the schedule for that. Unless we don't like you, then I'll tell you the schedule is all booked up. Yeah. You do have to have a camera, and you do have to have a decent microphone
and pants.
And you have to wear pants. Not like pants, but you have to have some kind of covering on your lower body.
Yep.
That's because I don't like you, Carl. So I almost got that with a straight face. I haven't gotten an email from you, Carl. I need you to send me an email.
Yeah, Carl, he said that you need to invite yourself on the show. So, like, this is the grand invitation to everybody that wants to host.
Yeah, it's not individual. It's not individual invitations. I'm not going to be like, hey, Sean Butler, I want you to be on here. And you're right. We're all booked up, Sean. No. But no, seriously, if any of you guys are interested, definitely shoot me an email and we'll get it worked out.
Maybe.
We don't want to do it on a regular basis. We're trying to hold guests to like once a month just so that it doesn't get, crazy, but whatever, we'll work it out. The plan is to be here next weekend. And, there's Robbie Mack throwing down $5. He said, whoa, I missed it. Do we have to actually have something to contribute? Why? James and I don't. Why would the guests need to?
It's true. We're basically useless.
These streams are so like just laid back and unofficial, and so. But no, thank you guys. Thanks each and every one of you for being here. Thanks to those who threw down the cheddar. It is always greatly appreciated. Thank you to the new subscribers. Make sure you go and subscribe to James's other channel.
Nobody subscribed to it after I posted it, by the way.
What's that?
Nobody else subscribed to it after I posted it.
Did you put a link?
I put a link in chat, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
So nobody cares about your other channel. They know you'll never update it.
Nobody cares about my actual channel either.
Nobody subscribes to my other channel.
You have another channel?
No.
That's why nobody subscribes to it.
Why should I be motivated and start another channel if nobody's going to be motivated and go and subscribe?
That's true.
So, I am seriously considering starting a channel to do some welding videos and stuff. I just got a new torch for my welder. I got a new welding helmet that actually works, so it won't flash my eyes anymore. And I'm pretty excited about getting some real welding projects started. But otherwise, we will be back next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless you live in a different time zone, then it'll be 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time instead. So definitely tune in for that. I'm wondering how many people are scratching their head right now. This is a rerun. He said all this last week. I say it every week, and I start it with, and I know I say it every week, but thank you guys. It was a lot of fun today. I know I didn't do anything 3D printing related, but I did warn you in the title of this video. Instead, I did all sign stuff, and it turned out awesome. I'm pleased with it, and I will post pictures of the sign once it is fully done, and a channel about a man in a dark helmet, and then I don't know. We'll just see what happens next week, I guess. So thank you guys. Love each and every one of you. And we'll see you again next week if we don't see you on the Twitters in between. And as always,
print on.